Hello, everyone, and welcome to Online Microbiology. This video is going to walk you through our Blackboard course to show you how it is organized. Please keep in mind that I am still in the process of building out our Blackboard site, but I do have at least one of each important type of module to show you. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you log into our Blackboard site is always going to be to check any announcements. Now, currently there aren't any, but normally when you log in, if I've posted an announcement, it will alert you to it, and then you'll see like a little red circle is what it usually is, or some sort of indication here that, hey, Chelsea's trying to talk to you. So please always start there because some really important information will be available in the announcements. And I try to post 2 to 3 each week. All right. So the Start Here module is where you're going to want to start. And when you click here, you're going to first notice 3 different folders: the Welcome and the Course Tour folder, Expectations, Assessments, and Grades, and then Technology Support. And so each of these are folders, as you can see by the little folder icon. And so when you click on each folder, it's going to take you to the different components of that folder. Blackboard calls these documents. And so when you click on the first document, sometimes there will be a video, there will always be text of some kind. And I highly recommend you do read through everything in the Start Here module because this just contains some really, really important information. So once you've read through the Welcome to Biology 2420 document, you can come up here to the top where it says Next, and it will take you to the next document where you can meet your instructor, me. And again, read through it. It includes important stuff like office hours and how to join our Remind group, which is a free app that you can use to get reminders from me about things or to contact me in a text-like fashion. And then you can continue to navigate by clicking on that Next button. When you want to get out of a space, you can come up here to the top left and click on that X, and it will kind of take you back to where you were before. So you're going to want to read through the Welcome folder, the Expectations, Assessments, and Grades. It's going to have the syllabus, the required syllabus quiz. You have to get 100% on this by Friday, August 28th. If you don't, you will be withdrawn from the course. And the reason that is so severe is just because the syllabus is the contract between you and I. And it's just to make sure we're on the same page about some pretty big course-related items. Here, I'm going to walk through all the different types of assessments, but this information is also found in your syllabus. And then here's kind of the grade breakdown. This is an online course, and so all of your assignments are going to be proctored. They're going to be using the Respondus 2 camera setup. And so this is relatively new. Respondus rolled it out earlier this year. And so I include lots of information about how to set that up, what are the technology requirements, what are some tips. So please, y'all, carve out some time to really work through this portion of the Start Here module. It lets you know what your testing environment should look like. For instance, you need to be seated at like a desk or a table, not on your bed. You'll need to do a 360-degree environment scan. What's that? What does it look like? Go through this document. It'll tell you. It even has a video that shows you what a 360-degree environment scan should look like. Lots of important information. Okay. I also want to emphasize, sorry, back in the second folder, the syllabus. It's linked, or I guess you could download it right here. But I did make 3 videos that walk through a lot of the important information. I did not read the syllabus to you. It is long, y'all, but this course is really complicated. It's in an online environment, which means we have all sorts of different policies. So please, please, please make sure you check out these videos, or if nothing else, read the syllabus. Okay. I know every faculty says that, but it's true, y'all. All the important deets are in there. Okay, so that's the Start Here module. Next, you'll see a connections corner. And this is kind of the collaborative space for the course. So you'll notice there are three different folders. Okay, and I'm still building these out, so they don't have a ton in them at the time that I'm recording this. But there's going to be a Q&A discussion forum. And so there's going to be a discussion forum for each unit where you can just come in and ask a question if you have it. And a peer can respond, I can respond, we can go back and forth. It's just another opportunity for you to ask questions if you don't want to email me or come to office hours. So this is going to be in this first folder. There are going to be kind of little fun posts that you can do throughout the semester for some extra credit points. Each post is worth one extra credit point, but you are capped at 10 of them. I'll probably post um, a, I'm calling them a side quest because I think of the main quest as just navigating through this whole course. And extra credits just kind of, these are for fun, not normally related to the content. So they're kind of a side quest. They shouldn't take you very long. It's going to be like post a meme that relates to how you're feeling right now, or who's your favorite animated character and why. So nothing that should eat up a lot of your time, but it's going to kind of just be a fun way for us to be getting to know each other. I really want us to establish this community of learners, and that involves getting to know each other. And so this is just a quick, fun, extra credit opportunity that you can complete each week if you want to. But again, you are capped at 10. You can participate in all of them, but you can only get up to 10 extra credit points. Here's where there is some journal club information. I'm still debating if I want to include this here or embed it in the units, but there will be a folder um, that tells you all about the journal clubs that we'll be doing this semester. I'm really excited about them. I think they're going to be fun and informative, but also just really meaningful as they're going to connect the content to your daily life. So stay tuned for more information on this. If I do end up moving this folder, I will make it crystal clear where it is now located once the semester starts. All right, so that's the connection corner. Now to the actual content, the meat and potatoes of this course. So currently you only see Unit 1 for both lecture and lab visible, but when you click on the lecture module, you're going to always see the journal club that's associated for that unit. Then we're going to have the Unit 1 overview, where it's just going to kind of tell you the learning objectives, what we're going to be talking about. And then each unit is divided into modules, typically 3 or 4 modules. And so how this is sequenced is really important. Okay, so you're going to open up, module 1. You're going to go through all of these documents. So the overview is always where you're going to find an intro video, which I have not made yet, the objectives, but then here is where you're also going to find the PowerPoint. Okay, and I'm sorry I haven't connected, I haven't uploaded everything yet, but I did want to get these videos made. Um, but you will always find the module PowerPoint in the module overview. Okay. All right. And then you're going to have a document. Again, that's just a Blackboard term. I think of it as like a page where you are going to have some text associated with this particular topic and then my video. The videos are related to the PowerPoints. And so I completely revamped the PowerPoints this semester. And so in the next few days, I'm going to buckle down and make my lecture videos using those PowerPoints. And so by the time the semester starts, when you open up this page, you'll have kind of an introduction to the topic, my video, and then, takeaways and some practice and kind of short answer prompts. Because one thing students struggle with the most in this class are the short answer exam questions. And so I'm really trying to explicitly give you opportunities to kind of see how I ask questions and think through it. I will be providing videos that talk through some of it, but I'm also happy to talk more with you about things in office hours. So, but that's why right now, at the time of making this video, you're going to see little reminders of where I should insert things. But by day 1, everything will be there. Promise. Okay. So you'll go through, and as I said, there is a Blackboard document or page for each of the topics, and you're going to have text or one or more videos made by me inside of them. And now it is important that you read the text, you watch the videos, because that's going to be what's counting as your lecture. Okay. So you'll work through module one, you'll move on to module two, same stuff. The overview will have your PowerPoint, your learning objectives. I break down all the topics into kind of bite-sized pieces. So you will find text and videos in each of these pages. Okay, now here's knowledge check number one. So what this means is that knowledge check one is only covering modules one and two because that's what came before it. Okay, once you've done that by September 2nd, you'll move on to module three and then module four, and it's laid out exactly like the other modules. Then you'll come to knowledge check two. Remember, there are two knowledge checks per unit. So while the majority of knowledge check two is going to come from these new modules, I will sprinkle in a couple of questions from the previous modules because this is really your last content assessment before the exam. Okay, so I want to make sure you're just kind of thinking back to those previous modules. Then there is going to be kind of like a putting it all together section, and then there will be kind of like a little practice test that you can do that's not for a grade. And then there will be an exam review folder that has lots of study resources. And again, once this is all built out and classes have started, I will make a very short video just kind of showing you where the main things are. But I won't babble quite as much. Okay, so that's how all of the lecture modules are going to be formatted. I try to keep things very structured and organized so that it's kind of just not a consistent course. Well, it is consistent, but predictable. I want everything to be predictable. All right, so lab is going to be strikingly similar. We only have 3 lab units, so you're going to have the unit overview. Got a few tips for working through it. And then just like with lecture, you're going to have modules, okay? And then there's very few modules in each one because these are just shorter units. There will always be an unknown assignment, an exam review, and then the exam, okay? Now, one thing that is different with the lab modules is that you'll see these virtual labs in here as well. So these are made by McGraw-Hill and they are completion based, but they are going to be connected to what you're learning about. So just like with the overviews, right? You're gonna kind of have like an intro here. I'll be making a video. You'll see PowerPoints and study guides and everything like that will be in here. Actually, that is not entirely an accurate statement. I apologize. I provide unit PowerPoints rather than by module, just because these modules aren't quite as large as lecture. So I apologize. And the unit overview is where you're going to find the PowerPoint and the lab notes. And these lab notes are like what serves as your lab manual. Okay. And so what you'll find is that as you work through the modules, let's do, I don't know, streaking for isolation. You'll notice just like with lecture, there'll be some text, then there'll be a video based off the provided PowerPoint, and then some more text. Okay, so what I highly recommend you do is you have the PowerPoint in front of you while you watch the videos and then take notes on the PowerPoint. Because a little hint, y'all, I don't just read from the PowerPoints. The PowerPoints have the important information, but not all of the explanation. That's what the videos are for. It's what I would be doing in class is talking about the ideas. Okay, so please make sure you always, for lecture and lab, have the PowerPoints in front of you and be taking notes on them while you watch the video. If you only memorize the PowerPoints, you're not going to do so well on the exam because so much of the content is presented in the actual videos. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's going to be how this course is organized. Everything for the Start Here module, Connection Corner, and both of the unit ones for lecture and lab will be visible by the first day of class. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am here to help. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.